Rumble show, man, rumble. Third term loading, fourth term loading also because we're doing a good job. A damn good job, Jamaica. But do you know who is not doing a good job? This loser right here. You know, from ever since this man chose politics as his major, he has been nothing but a disappointment. Nothing.
Can't pass through water for this, a PNP town this. Southeast, can't come through here, sir. We choose peace, not war. And these comrades are just blood and fire them want. And we say love, unity, prosperity.
It was the intention of the Prime Minister and leader of the JLP, Dr. Andrew Holness, to tour the length and breadth of Southeast St. Catherine. But as he approached Waterford, the touring party had to make a U-turn. This as scores of supporters of the People's National Party took over the streets with their candidate, Dr. Alfred Dawes. Dr. Dawes insists there is no malintent.
What we want to show is that Southeast is organically PNP.
Dr. Holness explained why he took the decision to detour.
We are not in any argument with them. We are in a conversation with the people of Jamaica. We are not in a race to the gutter with them. We are in a partnership of prosperity for the people. And therefore, as we conduct our tour, don't get into any arguments or confrontation.
JLP supporters who live in Waterford, although disappointed, sided with their party leader.
Well, I kind of agree with him because
the JLP tour continued into the night. Addressing a spot meeting, Dr. Holness said he was pleased with the work of the incumbent Robert Miller, who is a first-time MP. And touting the JLP's achievements, he says if given a third term, the party intends to build on its successes. In terms of how, he says details will be outlined in the JLP's manifesto. And speaking of manifestos, Dr. Holness shared his thoughts on plans outlined by the PNP in theirs.
I have skimmed through it, so I can't make any comment on it. But what I will say is, there are a lot of wishes and promises being made. Some of them amount to flying horses. If you, white elephants, if you believe that horses can fly, then go ahead and support that. But if you want things that are ambitious, aspirational, yet practical, things that can really make a difference, then our manifesto will provide that. And you know why you can bank on that? Because the actions of this government so far has been credible. The actions of this government, you can inspect it and you can see the results.
This man was well respected prior to joining politics. And now, persons are literally questioning his mental faculty. Just to show you how far and how dangerous this man is for our politics or the democracy in Jamaica. Because in relation to the Prime Minister's tour, you know that the Prime Minister is going throughout every constituency, meeting, greeting, relating to people, explaining to persons and hearing persons' point of view and suggestion. And in Waterford, that was in the Prime Minister's path. He saw a group of PNP supporters gather up, huddle up. And Dr. Dawes was there. And we are not a fool. We know their motive. And it's to try to embarrass the Prime Minister. I mean, it is circulating on social media that, you know, Alfred Dawes and a group of PNP stop Andrew Holness on his campaign tour. And in a sense of that word, to be practical, could they, like literally, if the Prime Minister had decided to venture through that area, could they touch the Prime Minister? Could they? Hey, that's why I know that Alfred Dawes is a very weak man, very weak-minded individual. And the Prime Minister knows this. So the Prime Minister just laugh and leave him to his misery. And that is a true leader. a man who have the authority to do things, but for the greater good, he ignores it. Again, a man who have the ability to do things, the authority, because they could not stop the prime minister, but he tried to prevent any problem, any issue. And that is what you call a meek man. The prime minister is a meek individual. And a meek individual is a person who have the ability to authorize, to do damage, to create chaos, just like a Shaolin warrior who can kick you out of here tomorrow, but then will never be an aggressor, but a person who defend and protect. That is what the prime minister is. So he never worth it to even in any altercation with this type of individual. And Dr. Dawes is a person who is trying to instigate tribalism in our politics, something that we are trying to get rid of, and something that he himself, previous to his political career, he taught against it. Here is a clip. Jamaica.
We, through our divisive politics, have destroyed the dream of what could have been a greater Jamaica. Throughout history, mankind has created divisions based on religion and ethnic origins. Jamaica has been blessed to have a relatively tolerant society without wars based on race or beliefs. We have escaped that which up to today still plagues many of our neighbors.
He contends that the country has failed that blessing, instead creating a platform on which division can thrive.
But instead of using our homogeneity to become a great country, we created our own tribes based on political allegiances. We know of the JLP and PNP tribes, but there is a third tribe. A tribe that has been repeatedly spat upon, abused, disrespected and exploited by the two ruling tribes. I speak of the tribe comprising those whose votes cannot be bought and who do not contribute significantly to the ruling tribes. These are the people who will never see the benefits of handouts come election time, or be rewarded with top jobs and lucrative contracts by whichever party is in power. They stand to get nothing because of their shifting loyalties and refusal to vote consistently along party lines.
And this is to show you that this man is just a despicable kind of individual that should never be in our parliament, much less an MP. Period. And it is crazy because prior to Dr. Dawes having a political career, he was the one that was eating out strongly against the PNP in relation to how they treated the health sector in Jamaica. Yes, I have a clip also in relation to him keeping a big press meeting and with him highlighting the horrors and bad unfortunate situation that he himself as a doctor faced under the PNP government. And watch this, Jamaica, and listen and tell me if this man is not a hypocrite.
This is about infection control, where we are supposed to be using a special type of antiseptic to clean our hands to make sure that the bacteria are all dead before we go and open somebody's body. Solution on the left of the screen is an iodine solution that has an effective killer rate for bacteria. On the right, we're given antibacterial soap that is cut in half to last twice as long. This is about having infrastructure in a hospital where when it rains, you don't have to put a bucket to collect the water. It's about providing us with proper materials. I can tell you that I lost a pair of water pants a couple of weeks ago when I was operating on a trauma victim and blood soaked through the cloth bulb, which is of substandard quality. And because I didn't have on a garbage bag, which I'm forced to wear at times because there's a lot of aprons, I put myself at risk, not knowing the status of the patient when it comes to the infectious disease. The doctors who have been vilified are saying what's popping up. This is when we do not have a tube to drain blood from your chest. We take a tube that is used for breathing, cut holes in it, and that is what we insert in the patient's chest to function as a bronchoscopy tube.